today's talks is devoted to how we harness geospatial remote sensing data and combine with our AI for more productive and sustainable agriculture. So first of all, let's hear about the story of Eusebio, who is food producer in the Philippines, is facing many challenges. First of all, his land is scarcer and scarcer. His crops cannot grow. There are more and more disease, pests, significantly revenue losses. He cannot choose between fertilizer. He's struggling to hire people, struggling to organize his work, and on top of that, he's held responsible for global warming and climate change. So life is very tough for agribusiness these days, and unless we provide them data-driven solution, nothing is going to improve. So this is our vision, is to help them have a sustainable life and businesses. The issue is very clear. Healthy land is scarce here, and then there is a land crop mismatch, meaning that crops cannot grow anymore or cannot grow well in the current lands. This being due to extreme events or to urbanization as well. So the problem, and all of you, you said it, the soil is degraded, crops cannot grow. As a consequence, the yields and revenue plummet, and for us, the food supply is endangered and the prices are soaring. So this is also a reminder of what may happen following the war in Ukraine, because Ukraine being a massive exporter of cereals, we will see these consequences. This problem is urgent because agriculture for many countries is the main source of the revenue. It's now or never that we should really think to protect the soil, and the population is growing to 20%. So we should ensure a food supply while being sustainable. So this is the sort of problem that we try to solve. So Tenchijin is a Japanese startup headquartered in Tokyo, operating in Europe, Japan, and America. 3 years old, a dozen customers worldwide, 40 employees, 50% engineering, 50% business, with expertise in AI, remote sensing, and agronomy. So we have won various awards. I'm not bragging here, but it's how far we have come so far. Especially, we have won a challenge for BayWa, which is a very famous German grower, and we will help them about smart farming. So what do we do? What is the solution? So our solution is called Compass. So let's see, you have a crop, so you want to grow something, but you don't know where. So with Compass, we can tell you where you can grow these crops. Similarly, or vice versa, so now you have a land, so everywhere in the world. So you can be, for example, headquartered in Germany, but have a land in South and Latin America, and you don't know what to do. We can tell you what is the right crop for you. And by right, we mean we take into account your constraints. So is it going to be the most profitable, the higher lead, or the most sustainable? And on top of that, we evaluate a pest risk because we have epidemiology models that are governed by temperature, soil moisture, and humidity. So we can have an idea on how fast pests will evolve. How does Compass work? So Compass is an AI that ingests big data from remote sensing, from geospatial software, ground sensors, crop features analytics, and of course the user experience is knowledge. So we are able to fuse all these heterogeneous sources of data to deliver the true solution that I mentioned. Find the right line, recommend the best crop, so we can allow the best match between crop and land, given the adverse effect of climate change. Well, what is behind Compass? I will just briefly talk about the underlying AI and infrastructure. If you're interested, you can send me an email. I will put you in contact with our AI team. So first of all, the data we use. So we use the weatherland, soil, and geospatial data. So from Copernicus open source data, from also private operators, and we also use Google Earth Engine for geospatial analytics. Our AI team is involved in all the development, use, and tests of the machine learning model. So chief among them, classification, regression, clustering, and so on. So again, if you want to deep dive, please feel free to contact me. I will put in touch with our AI team. Our architecture, so we use cloud, so Amazon, Microsoft. We code our model with Python and JavaScript, and we use S3 GIS. But the challenge, already you mentioned a lot of them. So we are facing the similar ones. So first, there is no standardization in data. It's really hard to interpret scientific data. Then it's really hard to convince that our AI is trustworthy. Then what are the actionable insights we give to our customers? And then we are a startup, so we have a stringent time to market because we want to develop a minimum viable product very fast. And this, taking into account, makes the development of the AI, the product, and the solution are very speedy. And finally, so we try to meet these challenges thanks to Tenchijin data science and AI team. We can combine several technology, so AI, remote sensing, agronomy, and so on. And we have developed a computing environment that is inclusive, that is using heterogeneous data and also the user's own data, such as his land register and so on. So what is Compass? So this is the interface that you can get if you partner with us. So it's an interface, you can see the map, and you have various straightforward steps. First, you search your location worldwide. Then you select what are your constraints. So do you want high temperature during winter, low temperature during summer? Do you want a specific amount of rain? Do you want a specific quality of soil? Do you want to consider some risk, and so on? We can also implement your own specifications that are not actually embedded now. And then you can choose the maps you want to visualize. So here you visualize, for example, in red, risky areas for your project, and in green, less risky area. And then if you want more detail, you can also visualize the land register of this city and the temperature evolution. So these are data that are taken from Copernicus, for example, that we easily display for the user's convenience. So we had about a dozen use cases already with paying users. So here I will introduce you two. So first one being with Zespri, so world's largest Kiwi distributor. Their issue is that they wanted to grow Kiwi outside of New Zealand, and they asked us if we could do it in Japan. So we told them what were the risky places and the suitable places to grow Kiwi. So with that, we used the remote sensing data from Japanese weather agency. We use our knowledge from the Japanese soil, and then we told them where it would be great to grow Kiwi. So this project is being very successful because now Zespri is talking with the Japanese farmers to grow their Kiwi. Second one with the Japanese company, Shinmei Holding, the largest rice producer. So they have been producing rice for decades and even centuries now. And now they wanted to grow a very high quality rice, which they will request a very high price. So we told them what were the best places in Japan to grow this high quality rice. And it has been working well since 1 year because now you see the packaging here on the right. So this is the typical rice packaging that customers can buy now in Japanese supermarkets. Finally, about customer traction. So BayOver is very happy about our solution, and they are very interested in our next product evolution, which is carbon sequestration. So again, with this, you can send us many emails and we will be happy to cover this topic because it's too wide. You already talked about it. So rideshare specifically, I've mentioned carbon and soil sequestration quite a lot. It's a topic by itself, and we'll be delighted to present this topic in more detail if you want in a future event. As you may imagine, the competition is fierce, but we have some competitive advantage that enable us being differentiate. First, there is not so many startups that can provide this land crop matching, that can find the best land for the best usage. Second, we are dealing thoroughly with soil health and carbon sequestration, which is a very important topic these days. And second, we have some mathematical model that can predict disease, well, predict the big word between brackets, that can display forecast of disease and pest evolution. We have two business models. The first one is very easy, API. So you connect, you pay the data you use. And second, we provide the map also that you want. So to continue delivering on these results, Tenchijin has brought together a team of experts in remote sensing in AI and agri-tech. So Yuhei and myself will be your privileged partner if you want to hear more about Compass. So we can put you in contact, for example, Hiroki Yoshida, which is our chief engineer and responsible for Compass development in terms of AI and agronomy. So through this event, what we are looking for first is potential customers, also a lot of partners, so everywhere in the value chain, so people who have deep expertise in AI or people who have deep expertise in agronomy, so we can further enhance the capabilities of Compass. And finally, we are looking for to increase Tenchijin visibility through media. And fourth, we are always open to hiring new talents, so in agronomy, in AI, and remote sensing. So this is the last slide. So if you have any question, please feel free to connect with us on LinkedIn. Please feel free to email us your request, and we will happily answer your needs if it's business-like, or put you in touch with our engineering team for more technical information. And that's it. And I thank you again for inviting me and for your attention.